Why I left the left videos are all the rage these days. We have here from Brandon Straka, who I've heard of, but I don't remember. He seems like pretty unrememberable. I was gonna say unforgettable, but that's the opposite of what I meant. Anyway, he posted, "Another voter just walked away," and said it out loud. "I'm officially coming out as Republican. The left pushed me to the right. I'm voting Republican across the board. I'm done." So I'm seeing these videos pop up more and more from conservatives, and I don't think it's because there are actually more people moving to the right. Like, if you are a moderate, I believe you'll move to the right, but if you're like truly, honestly a progressive, and I mean, Dubs, you throw up the comic, you probably know the one I'm talking about, but just in case, the guy shaving his head, where he's like, "I just feel so forced into doing this," you know, while he's like getting a swastika tattoo. You know, like, nobody's forcing you into being a piece of shit. You're doing that yourself. Okay. So, but I think it's good content. I like watching these, you know, quote unquote former lefties, former Democrats, whatever, you know, spill their guts and bow down to the conservative overlords that rule our world right now. I think it's good content. So let's take a look.
All right, y'all. I'm officially...
Oh boy. All right, y'all. That's how you know. That's how you know it's real.
Coming out as a Republican. The left has truly swayed me over to the right, and no! I think they're proud of it too, because all of this stupid controversy going on because of a comment that I made on a TikTok video.
Wait, what was the comment? I hope she explains.
The left mob is absolutely losing its mind, and I used to be on the left.
I as somebody who has like not made a comment on a TikTok video in years, I gotta tell you, it doesn't like I'm sorry. One comment, I guarantee you, one comment that you made on one TikTok, like, you would have had to like say the N-word or some shit. You know what I mean? For that to be significant. Like, if it was really not that bad, then people would not be going after you for it. I refuse to believe otherwise.
I used to be.
But you know what? Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, there is a loud minority of leftists who are really annoying. They haven't turned me into a Nazi yet, though.
Gung-ho LGBT.
Not saying she's a Nazi.
For the LGBT people before they, like, gays even had a legal right to marry. I was going out and
what a hero.
was a Galenson representative in my school district. But at this point, I don't want to be associated with the LGBT either.
Why not?
Despite even being gay. Because I can't stand...
See, there's another thing that I love is the, you know, gotta get the id pull in there, right? How many more times, mark down how many more times you think she will bring up the fact that she is gay.
And y'all anymore.
By the way.
Like, I make one comment about a grieving mother who was very respectful about how they were referring to their trans child, by the way. They were referring to them as both Michael and Lexi. And
okay. Did the child want to be referred to as just Lexi? Like, that's a bullshit half measure, you know? Like, what? And that's confusing too. Like, just from a meta standpoint, right? Like, why the f would you go with, like, there's like Katie goes by Vash sometimes, but like only certain people and in certain contexts. I don't ever call Katie Vash, like, ever. So like, I don't. Like that would be confusing to me, right? I don't know. Like that to me would be confusing.
In the comments of people that actually knew her child were referring to her child as
Michael. You go back
Michael.
And forth.
And she was shit on in the comments.
Especially, like, by the way, especially if I'm calling Katie something that she doesn't want to be called, stop calling them that then. Like, if the child did not want to be called Michael, then that's her dead name. Maybe you shouldn't call her Michael then.
For referring to her child as her son. Because the left...
This is LGB bullshit, by the way. I guarantee you it's like LGB.
The trans mob will never accept that. They can't let a woman who is taking responsibility for not being a present enough mother, for not loving her child enough, for who is trying to be a better person and being vulnerable in her grief journey. It's
also, like, if the child took their own life, which is, that's what happened, right? Did I hear correctly? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. If the child took their own life, I guarantee you there was more going on there than just the dead naming. Okay? That's not substantive. The dead naming also follows, and also like calling her son, you know, like, oh my God, my mother does not even, like, imagine like the person that you love the most in your life just decides to like shit all over your feelings, and frankly, not even like in a malicious way, in like a nonchalant kind of, well, I mean, this is just easier for me personally. Like, it's so lazy and gross, and like, just why would you do that to somebody? Like, just don't do that. If you can't use exclusively my preferred name, then you have been dead to me for ages. I mean, that's fair. Aren't women lesbians and not gay? Well, I mean, that gay is a catch-all term for just being homosexual.
Still not good enough. So they have to shit all over her and kick someone
Sometimes.
when they're down, right? Because that's the righteous thing to do if you're part of the trans mob, insane, like, liberal left. So I make a comment.
With all this shit, okay, I don't believe that you were on the left, by the way. I think that you were, like, at best apolitical. You're just saying that you were on the left because you recognize that as a lesbian, conservatives hate your guts. And so you just naturally gravitated toward the left, politically speaking, because they were the ones that loved you and accepted you for who you are, and not the conservatives, okay? But now that you've made one comment, right? Like, if this is, let's take her at face value, right? Like, this is about one comment turns you into a Republican. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. People on the left have called me a Nazi before. Didn't turn me into one. Like, why turn into the thing that people are accusing you of being? That's weak. You're a weak person.
Just basically supporting the mom, saying, you have every right to refer to your child as your son. Apparently that's the worst thing you could ever possibly do as a human being. Because,
but once again, I must stress that why I left the left grift is very lucrative. Like, sometimes, like, it's getting more popular now. So, like, some people, like, it might take some time for the wind to get under your sails, but once you get going, there's no stopping you. Oh my God, the conservative lesbian Coraline. Oh my God, let's get her on Daily Wire, right? Although we're reaching a point now where I don't even know if that's going to be, like, a thing you can do anymore. Like, when's the last time anybody's heard of Blair White? You know, like, what's the last thing she's been up to? I haven't heard much from her. How's she doing? Maybe we'll check in on her after this.
Because I have people
and Ben
coming
Shapiro,
onto my page,
started.
screenshotting my TikToks to shit on my appearance and put it in the comments there. Meanwhile,
oh no, people were mean to me. They called me ugly.
They
called me ugly and now I'm a Nazi. No. Not saying she's literally a Nazi, but like that's the energy you're giving.
White liberal women just flooding the TikTok. That they look like me, like basic white girls. But they're going to shit on my appearance because I said
I'm counting that as an
one
poll, by the way,
that they disagreed with.
That's two.
It's like, tell me you're mentally ill without telling me you're mentally ill. Like, they're advertising it online at this point. And then just the bullying, like, coming to my page when you...
That's a pretty cool thing to say about trans people. Like, the trans community as a whole is that they're mentally ill. That's something that, like, you know, a proud member of the LGBT would say, which I know she's already said she's distancing herself from the LGBT, which... good riddance, by the way. We don't want your ass here anyway. Like, but at the same time, if you ever considered yourself a part of it, I don't think those words would be escaping your lips.
You don't know me because I made a comment on someone's
like, truly
TikTok
a part of
that
it.
You don't know them either. Coming to my page to find videos of me grieving my dead mom, for you to go, you know, talk about...
Wait, I'm confused. So she's grieving her dead mom.
Massive Anna Karen's Parian energy.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much for 5 tier on gifted subs. Did I miss something? Okay, so she's grieving her dead mom. I see what happened. So people are like leaving mean comments on her video because she was being transphobic on a different video. That's what's happening, right?
I make one comment about a grieving mother who was very respectful about how they were referring to their trans child, by the way. They were referring to them as both Michael and Lexi.
Okay, yeah, I was right. So when she says grieving mother, I assume this trans child took their own life. And so, like, literally in the video that this person posted, She is doing the thing that like led to the death of her trans daughter. Like that's insane. That's an insane thing to do. Like no self-reflection at all. And if that person has another trans child, you can bet your ass they might do the same thing. I don't think that's a responsible parent. I think that parent needs help figuring out how to deal with a child who is trans, because anybody could have a trans child. And if you treat that child like shit, you might just lose it, okay? You might just lose that child. So she kind of added this in. This is why I was confused, because I remembered mother and grieving. Okay, so she's grieving her mother at the same time that this other mother is grieving her, which I'm not knocking her. I'm sure she is grieving, and that sucks. But at the same time, like, you suck because you're doing the thing that... Anyway. Okay, I think I got it all fixed now.
At this point. And then just the bullying.
In my head.
Like, coming to my page when you don't know me, because I made a comment on someone's TikTok that you don't know them either. Coming to my page to find videos of me grieving my dead mom, for you to go, you know, talk about him and just misgendering my mom to try to offend me. Like, I don't get offended by pronouns and little tiny words.
I think that's weak sauce to misgender her mom. Although doing it in a video or like... no, actually, in this context, that might be a kind of a funny move. Because, like, it demonstrates that, like, frankly, like, you didn't seem to give that much of a shit about the feelings of the mother of what I assume to be the grieving mother of a dead trans child, right? You didn't really care much about that child's feelings. So, like, why should people give a shit about yours? F you. F you.
Like, she, her, he, it, they, like you do. And the fact that you would even go to like, my page to shit on my dead mom...
This is what, like, radicalized her.
Hello? Is this you trying to convince me to get to your side on the left, to be pro-trans? I was never anti-trans. And anyone that knows me knows this. I've never been shitty to any of the trans people in my life. I've been nothing but supportive. Like, I just...
Right, but, like, you don't actually recognize trans people as the gender that they are. Like, you don't respect them. You have made it clear in this video that you do not respect trans people at all.
Like, hello? So, yeah, at this point, I'm coming out. I'm voting Republican down the line. I'm done.
Then fuck you. Then fuck you.
And I don't know. Next thing Trump should do is bring back insane asylums and put these fucking people in.
Oh yeah, no, she was totally on the left, guys. Don't worry. She was definitely, like, ideologically on the left side of the political aisle, I'm sure. Right? Yeah, Trump bringing back insane asylums, something that he's been saying for years now. Yeah, I believe that she was on the left for sure. Yeah, just coming out of nowhere on TikTok. F you.
In it. Thank
you. We'll talk about insane asylums. How about some re-education camps for you? Like, I'm not... What else are you even supposed to do anymore? You know what I mean? Like, actually just, like, something's got to give. Like, I'm so tired of these dumb thinking that, like, they have a point to make, when all that comes out of their mouth is just... It's sludge. It's toxic waste. Called it, like, goddamn bingo. Oh, like the, yeah, no, she kept doing the id pull thing. Oh, or do you mean like like she was never actually on the left? No, of course she's not. She was a moderate at best. At best. And then she, like, figured out that, like, oh, actually I can, like, get some content shitting on trans people. And then she started doing that. She's a traitor. She'd be cute if she wasn't a sadistic, drooling demon. Maybe this is just me, like, getting more demi as I get older. But genuinely, if you're like this kind of a shitty person, which, by the way, like, first of all, I don't think she looks bad, right? It's not a matter of, like, objectively how she looks, which there is no objectivity to that anyway. It's all subjective. But, like, if you find somebody like this attractive, there's nothing, like, that's completely normal and standard and whatever. But, and she is traditionally attractive, but at the same time, like, when you're this shitty, I just get completely, like, I look at you and I get disgust. It's not about how you look. It's about how you're acting. It's disgusting. And I get completely, like, I don't want to look at you, you know? She went to ableism at the end. Yeah, of course. Because she was never actually on our side. Man, people, maybe there's something to it, you know? Maybe I got to do my Why I Left the Left arc and, you know, make some of that sweet grifter money. Hi, thanks so much for watching and making it to the end of the video. I just wanted to let you all know that I love and appreciate everybody in my community, whether you can support me financially or just by liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. It helps way more than you know. That being said, I do want to give a very special thanks to my tier 4 subs, which would be Space Timid and Hot Take Andy. And thanks so much to my monetary subscribers from any of the tiered subs, or anybody who gives me money in any form, including going to my Patreon shop, donating money to me directly. It all helps way more than you know. If you do decide to help me financially, you can get some really cool perks like early access to content, exclusive access to censored videos, also some really cool badges next to your name. Even if you can't afford a monetary subscription, just watching, sharing, and commenting on my content helps way more than you know. Thanks again, and I will see you all in the next video.